All right, guys. 30 seconds to go before market open. Main stocks that I'm going to keep on the screen here for right now are going to be Tesla, Netflix. Netflix has the news that this chief financial officer stepping down, and Tesla's got the news that it always has some crazy stuff. So see what's going on. Dropbox is starting to trickle up, so do keep an eye on Dropbox too. Roku's trying to break that $58 price, still struggling yet. Be careful, that could break down 58 and then be a fake out and then squeeze right back up. So do be careful. All right, market's open. There goes Roku slamming below 58 immediately. All right, guys, I did hop in long on Dropbox. So I'm currently long Dropbox out of the gates as it's starting to squeeze up here. I'm in long with 1,500 shares. I just sold 1,000 shares on Dropbox for a quick win. Still holding 500 shares long on Dropbox. So I did hop in on the first 1 minute candle, and TD Ameritrade always has trouble with the first 1 minute fill. So I didn't get the best fill. That's why I did take a lot of it off right away. So still holding 500 shares on Dropbox. Starting to slam. So I'm going to get ready to exit my last 500 shares. See how it reacts here. Still got some buyers holding it up for right now. It's pretty heavy. Yeah, I'll take it off. So it just exited fully there on Dropbox as it's starting to do like a bearish engulfing. So it took a small loss there of 16 bucks on Dropbox. Netflix with a monster squeeze. ABIL is trying to move up right now. TTD starting to sell off pretty heavy. Yelp starting to sell off here this morning as well. Is it just me, or does it seem like Thinkorswim's moving very slow today? Netflix is still pushing up right now. Roku's getting slammed. Let me put on the momentum scanner. Sorry, guys. Let me pull that up. Dropbox is getting a little weak, looking like it kind of wants to slam a little bit. Volume's really low on Dropbox. I probably am not going to mess with that. Tesla it's trying to squeeze up over the 50 moving average here. So I'm watching Tesla possibly long here. Just watching it for right now. Netflix is seeing some sellers candles right now. So right now, Netflix is shying the 200 moving average. All right, guys, I'm long Tesla. Just bought long on Tesla. It looks like the move lower failed. So I'm anticipating we might have some shorts start squeezing out of their position and it starts ripping to the upside a little bit. So if we can get up and over here, the 9 moving average, that'll work pretty well. So I'm looking for it to get over the 9 moving average. My stop is going to be below the previous body candle. So my stop on Tesla here is below $359.63. Come on, Tesla, give us a nice push to the upside. Atta girl. There it goes. So currently sitting up about 400 bucks on the Tesla play here. I'm going to cover 100 shares there on Tesla as we get this pop. There we go. So just sold half my position on Tesla to lock in some money. Still holding 100 shares long on Tesla. I'm going to get ready to take off 50 shares on Tesla on its next pop, or if it starts to look like it's getting weak, I'll take another 50 shares off. So far, it's pretty strong. We do have some sellers at the 363 price. So still holding here 100 shares. Please don't slam all the way down. So it's still holding the 9 moving average. Tesla's still holding the 9. People are buying it up off the 9. So if Tesla starts to break back down below 360.97, I'm going to completely flatten the order and get out fully. It's looking pretty heavy. Just trying to be patient, hold these last 100 shares. Yeah, it's struggling on this candle so far. Candle looks pretty heavy. It's almost a bearish engulfing candle on the 1-minute chart. So still just managing this Tesla position. All right, so it did drop down to the VWAP, got bought up very quickly, still struggling. So again, still holding the 100 shares long here, Tesla. A lot of sells coming in on that tape. All right, I just sold the 50 shares. I downsized. I'm only holding 50 shares now on Tesla. Wanted to downsize. So now just currently holding 50 shares long Tesla. Netflix is pushing up. Could be a nice push here to the upside on Tesla. Big squeeze on Yelp. So Netflix is now over the 200 moving average briefly. Roku with a massive squeeze. Massive little short squeeze there. I might get ready to sell my last 50 shares here on Tesla as it's kind of being weird. Could have a nice sell-off here. So this is a very determining candle for Tesla. This one needs to start pushing to the upside, or else I'll just completely exit the order, and I did. So I'm all out of Tesla. It's a $431 win for me on Tesla today, which I'm completely happy with. Just kind of looked like it was going to roll over there, and I didn't want to risk it slamming those 50 shares and minimizing that gain. So all out on the Tesla long. It was a small little play there, and as you can see, it's starting to roll over, and that's what I feared. So did fully exit there on Tesla. Okay. So I'm going to take Tesla off the chart for right now, move over to Roku. Roku all the way back up to like high a day. So might even look to get in short here. We'll see, just being patient with it. Dropbox, it's trying to push higher here. Again, the volume there just isn't all that great. So still watching Roku. Roku's up at its 50 moving average right now. That's a big recovery from the massive early morning sell-off. That's a very big recovery. So that's what scares me about shorting it. But it's also at a pretty good resistance, which makes me want to short it, but just going to be patient and watch it here. I don't necessarily think it has the strength in it to go for a red to green right now. All right, I'm getting short on Roku. Just entered short Roku with 1,000 shares. It's starting to drop. There it goes. Oh, that's not what I want. So did enter short Roku. It's starting to bounce off the VWAP. I'm going to try and be patient, see if we can get a breakdown below the VWAP. My current average price is $57.85. Come on. Oh, close. Almost got a breakdown there. It's trying. It's very volatile right now. Back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, baby. Come on, Roku. Slam through the VWAP. Break the VWAP, buddy. So looking for Roku to break this volume weighted average price right now. If we can get a breakdown below the VWAP, should be a strong push to the downside, that is. Yeah, that's what you want to do, baby. Slam. All right, I'm going to get ready to cover up 500 shares here on Roku. Not yet. I think this candle's got a little bit lower in it. It's getting bought right back up. That's not a good sign. So just trying to be patient. Yeah, it's kind of it's acting funky. So I might downsize here. Yeah, I just downsized on Roku. Took majority of my shares off, just not liking the way it's acting. It's a possible squeeze, and I'm not trying to get squeezed. So I downsized. I'm only holding 400 shares, and the way it looks is if it wants to squeeze back up. So I'm just going to hold these 400 shares, see what it wants to do here for a second. Yeah, I don't trust it. All right, so I just exited fully on Roku for a $75 win. It was holding the volume weighted average price, holding the 9 moving average just too well. Didn't want to risk it, so I'm all out for a small win of $75. Could have had 300 bucks on it, but then I would have been taking profit on it too early. So I wanted to give it the chance to work out. So I did take off the trade there on Roku all out, as it's currently holding that VWAP just way too well. There it goes, starting to smash down. So that's unfortunate, but that's okay. I didn't want to risk getting squeezed. So sitting up on the day, $490. It's always better to play it safe than lose your money. TTD is an interesting looking chart right now. Yelp's getting hammered this morning. That would have been a nice short on Yelp there on that pop back up. Netflix is looking a little bit weak here. Might even consider taking a short position on Netflix. Starting to break down the 9 moving average. It's now currently has a lower high. I do like it. I'm entering short on Netflix. Just entered short 200 shares Netflix as it's rolling over, starting to break down the 9. This is probably going to be a little bit more of a slower developing play, I would assume, but we'll see what happens here. So currently short Netflix, stop is going to be at 343.82, which is the previous candle high. Or actually, that might be too far. It'll be the previous body candle. Yeah. So my stop on Netflix will be above 343.41. The previous candle high is going to be my stop on Netflix, as it's kind of doing this rollover pattern. All right, so exiting Netflix as it's breaking over my stop, all out for $179 loss on Netflix. I did take sort of a low entry, so that's unfortunate. That's okay. So sitting up 300 bucks on the day. Haven't had a major win. All fairly pretty small for the most part. Good day though. The market's just kind of doing its thing. Nothing too significant taking place in the market right now. keep taking an eye on TTD here. So watching TTD as it's kind of failing its 9 moving average and the 200 moving average right now. Oh, the Roku short would have been phenomenal if I held, but it's what it is. So watching TTD here, still holding below that 200 moving average right now. So what's Tesla doing? She sold off. Yes, she did. So far, TTD is rejecting the two. It's not breaking over the 200 moving average. All right, I'm entering short on TTD. I'm currently short 400 shares on TTD, looking for this to start breaking down. It shied the 200 moving average, broke back below the 9 moving average, so currently holding short 400 shares on TTD, looking for this to wash out, break down below its trend line and start selling off. So still holding short here on TTD, up about $146 on the trade. Would love to see just a wash and a panic sell. There it is. And I'm going to cover 200 shares as it's approaching. There it goes. Panic sell below low a day. Cover 200 shares there. Still holding 200 shares short on TTD. And it's getting sucked back up just as I anticipated. Still going to hold short here. Wow, I mean, there's probably a lot of people shorting, so there's a lot of people covering up on that candle, which isn't surprising. We're probably going to see maybe another push down as that squeeze back up gives more shorts the opportunity to get back in there. So still holding 200 shares here, short on TTD. Got some support coming up there at this 126 area. I'm going to downsize even more. I'm going to lock in another 100 shares. So I just covered 100 shares there on TTD. Now only holding 100 shares short. Maybe if we get another fade here, could maybe lock in another 200, 300 bucks with just 100 shares. So I wanted to lock in that trade, make sure I'm locking in my profit, being smart about my positions, not getting greedy. So still holding 100 shares short TTD as it's starting to break down a little bit more. Hell, I might even just let 50 shares ride out. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So I just covered another 50 shares on TTD. Now I just have 50 shares riding out. I'm hoping that maybe TTD drops another couple points. That'd be great. 50 shares can definitely get me a good little chunk of change. So just gonna hold 50 shares here, play it smart, not be greedy. That's gonna put me up to $738 profit on the day. Did anybody happen to get TTD short? Because that was a pretty nice move there. Not bad. $15 is $15. So TTD, I mean, it's got this trend down, but it could almost be a W pattern. Let's see. Tesla is starting to break down its 200 moving average here, guys. So do note that. Got a few alerts here for XBIO on the high day scanner. It's halted currently. So XBIO is on the move, currently halted from a U-shaped breakout. So do take note on that and watch. All right, if TTD starts to break back up and above this price of like 126.85. I'm going to cover the last 50 shares because then it could lead into a massive short squeeze. And I'm just not gonna mess with that squeeze. Yeah, it's starting to push there. So I'm gonna let it work its way. If TTD wants to break back over 127, I'll exit. So I'm gonna give it up to 127 on TTD with these last 50 shares. Yeah, it's getting to the point where we could start seeing a squeeze on TTD. It's starting to break this little trend, so still holding short though. There goes Netflix rolling over. All right, keep an eye on Netflix. This might be the short I was wanting earlier. It's right on the 50 moving average. It's rolling pretty well. This was a short this is the short I may have been looking for earlier on Netflix. I just got it a little too soon. Okay, 950. All right, cool. So yeah, still holding short here on this TTD. There's just kind of chopping, going slow now. Volume slowing down. All right, this looks like a little mini 1 minute higher low setup. So if this candle on TTD, this 951 candle starts breaking up and over the 9 moving average, I'm going to close out my last 50 shares because it looks like a little mini higher low short setup that can squeeze up. So not even going to mess with it at this point. Come on, this is kind of the key moment. We want to see TTD start rolling over and breaking down again. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have many more sellers coming in on this play. Ooh, almost had to get out there. I do. All right, I'm all out of TTD. Looks like a little mini higher low setup where it's going to squeeze. So I'm all out. Not going to risk that squeeze. There it goes, starting to push. Now it's up and over the 9 moving average. This could very lead right up over the stop I had of 127. So rather than lose more money, I just took it off. All right, so good trade. All out of that one. So currently going to be sitting up in the day $718. So that's a good start to Monday morning. Absolutely love it. Netflix is just like trying so hard to break to the upside, but it's not really doing it. Let's see, what else am I seeing here on Netflix? I mean, 5-minute chart's definitely bullish on Netflix. Just taking a while. I get faked out a little bit there on TTD. So that's one of those moments where if I respected my stop, I wouldn't have got stopped out. That's all right. All right, Netflix. Here goes Netflix. Now Netflix is curling up to the 200 moving average, looking a little bit more bullish. So do keep Netflix on watch for a breakout above the 200 EMA here. It's looking pretty strong. What's the sales window look like? All right, I'm going to long Netflix. So just got long Netflix as it's breaking over the 200 moving average. I'm anticipating that we can break into new highs on the day. It's definitely a good curl. The only downside is there's a lot of like overhead resistance from yesterday, or well, Friday on there. All right, so I'm going to play more of a short-term kind of scalp play on Netflix here. So it is popping up. It's not ripping like I would hope, but that's okay. So we're already getting a big seller's candle on Netflix because it's running into the pre-market resistance. So I'm still holding here, 200 shares long. I'm up about $100 on the trade. So I've made about 50 cents a share. My average is 344.70. Price is at about 345.25, right in that relative area. So I do want to see it up to 346. If it can get up to 340, I'm going to take off some there. I just sold 100 shares just to lock some in. I'm not a fan of the way it's moving. So I was sold 100, currently holding 100. My stop on Netflix will be a breakdown below the 100 moving average, which is 344.39. Is Facebook ripping? Let me check. Facebook is in fact ripping. You are right about that, sir. Miami Eric, you are right about Facebook pushing. All right, Netflix. I'm gonna sell 50 shares here. I'm just gonna let 50 shares ride. If Netflix wants to do its thing and push, 50 shares can get me a good, decent amount of profit if this thing just starts pushing. So I'll just hold those 50 shares. So I got myself up to about $800 profit with that small trade there on Netflix. So Facebook, look at you. You are well on your way to pushing on a good day. Yeah, Facebook is cruising there. There goes Netflix. There you go, buddy. Hindsight 2020, but whatever. So Facebook definitely with a strong push. It's coming up. Definitely coming up to some resistance. I got resistance showing here from like 182.42 on Facebook. So let's see what 182.42 just immediately kind of sold off right there. So currently watching this Facebook. Could think about maybe a short scalp on Facebook. But that's a strong bull run. Not even close to 1030. I'm not going to short that. No point. The stock TAL is actually doing pretty well. Let's see. So massive pullback there on massive pullback at the 346 mark on Netflix. Watching TAL had a big gap down, and now it's like all the way up to its gap down price. So definitely watch TAL here. I don't know if there's news. I'm gonna check. Yeah, there's really no news. I think I might enter a short position here on TAL, risking 34.50 if it would stop freezing on me. So we'll see. So I think I might start getting short here on TAL. Now I got a 20-cent risk. Damn it. Oh, 20 cent. Yeah, I got about a 23-cent risk. So 1,000 shares is going to be $230 risk for this trade. I'm going to hold off. I'm not trying to risk $230. I'd rather wait. Missed the entry by like a half second. So I like TAL because it moved all the way back up to its price at which it dropped. I think I want to take this, and if I don't, I'll be sad when I miss it. So we'll see. I'm going to give it a little bit more time. It hasn't fully rolled over. This is just the start of a potential rollover on TAL, so I'm just going to hold off for right now. Yeah, ABIL does have like an ascending wedge pattern. Oh, look at TAL starting to dump there. Totally just missed that. Just seeing that coming. Yeah, I just missed it by a second. I knew to get in at 34.50, but I was just jumping around like a little Sally. Still holding my 50 shares long on Netflix right now. I'm going to see if maybe there's a pop back up on TAL, see how it reacts. There's a lot of buyers coming in on this candle. Then again, it was a 35-cent candle drop. That's big. So Facebook is moving up. It is providing a lower high right now. So I might even look to, I might take a short here on Facebook. I mean, it is a bull run, but is smacking its face right on that resistance at 182.40, 182.50, shall I say. But it's a strong push, which means the likelihood of getting a big crack is not going to be that great. So I want a short TAL, but I'll be chasing it. Can't do it. Yeah, ABIL is trying to move higher, but it just looks sketchy. Very sketchy. Okay, this looks like a good dip here, possibly on Facebook. Just watching it. Yeah, it's dipping pretty well. There goes TAL. Look at that short. 34.50 would have been beautiful. Just missed it. Still holding long on Netflix with those 50 shares. I'm up about 54 bucks, just basically letting that do whatever it wants to do at this point. Looking a little weak here on Facebook. Volume's definitely dying out on this pullback. I'm shorting. I just entered short on Facebook. This is going to be more of a scalp play. I don't intend there's going to be a massive push. I think I could capitalize maybe a $50 win here. If it looks like it's not going to break the 9 and it starts to curl up, I'm just going to exit. Basically going for the quick play to the downside with these 400 shares for a $50 win or so, 50, 60, maybe a $100 win. So it's starting to sell off pretty good here. There, come on. No, don't break back over the 9. Now you're just being boring. So there is the target of about $50, but it's still looking pretty weak. So I'm going to give it a second. I think it might even want to test the 20-day moving average at 181.67 possibly. Sellers are starting to pile in a little bit here. The market is currently starting to roll over. So if the market starts dumping, that might also help pull Facebook to the downside. So really, there it goes. There, the market's starting to push down. Come on, Facebook. Give us a pull. Give us a pull. Buyers are starting to step up. I don't like it. Come on. Yeah, buyers are stepping up a little bit. Yeah, I'll take the trade off Facebook. So all out of Facebook, $14 win. As it broke back up over the 9 moving average, it looks like it's going to curl and probably take out anybody who tried to short that move with me, or anybody who's in just trading that short there. So I did get what I was looking for, the $50 win. I just didn't take it. That was the thing. So there goes the curl back up and over on Facebook. So you guys can start watching that long as well. I'm not going to long it, but it's not a bad idea to watch it long. All right, TAL, I might look to short TAL. It's squeezing back up a little bit, going through a little bit of a pullback. If it can get back up to the 9 moving average, then I might look to short it. So here we go. There's a push on TAL back up towards the 9 moving average. Tight spread on TAL right now. Got some buyers stepping in at 33.90s, trying to hold the price up. Oh, there goes ABIL. ABIL finally squeezed to the upside. Nice. All right, I'm entering short on TAL. Just got short with 1,000 shares on TAL as it popped to the 9 moving average, rejected. My average is 33.85, so pretty good average there. So holding 1,000 shares. If we get a nice push to the downside on TAL here, I will cover up 500 shares to lock in some profit. I'm currently sitting up about $50 on the trade. Buyers are stepping up over the market price, which leads me to believe that we could be hesitating on this next drop, or that it doesn't, in fact, want to push lower right now. So just holding for right now. My stop will be a break above the 9 moving average. If it breaks up over the 9 moving average, I will cover. Still holding Netflix short as well. Come on, TAL, let's go. Give me a money Monday. Give me the money Monday. Got a few alerts here on our scanners, reversal scanner, I believe that is, for TOL. Yeah, TOL is moving to the downside, so it's giving us a bottom side reversal alert. So TAL moving lower, up about $110 on the trade. Would like to see it push down towards the 50 moving average, the VWAP, and once it gets there, that's where I'd like to cover my 500 shares. Will it get there? That's the million-dollar question. Looks like it could. We're breaking below the previous dip low. I don't like the way that candle opened up. That's not a good opening candle right there. Come on, TL, just give us one good smack to the downside. So Netflix just still kind of chopping around, not really doing a whole lot, just holding it at this point. I only have 50 shares on, so I'm up $7 on those 50 shares. At this point, I'm just kind of letting it ride and do its thing. So we got more sellers stepping in here on TAL. That's a good sign. I think we're going to get a push to the downside here very soon. So I'm going to be getting ready to cover up my 500 shares if we do, in fact, get the push I'm referring to. Oh, this better not curl up and start squeezing. Yeah, there it goes. So still holding short here. Buyers are starting to step up on TAL. Not liking the way it's starting to perform nor look. Trying to be patient here. I just bought back 500 shares. So I just downsized my order. So if this does start to go against me, the loss will not be as big. So I did just take off half my position on TAL to minimize the risk here if this starts to squeeze up. 500 shares can still get a decent, still get a good win if it does go in my favor. But at least this way I can minimize my risk if it goes against me, sizing down a little bit there. Yeah, Netflix is testing that 200 moving average, and that'll be my stop. If it breaks below that 200 EMA here, Netflix, I'm just taking off the last 50 shares. So again, still holding those 500 shares short on TAL here. We'll see what happens. Yelp. Yelp's starting to do a little bit of a short squeeze. Trend's still down. Right now it's coming into its trend line resistance, so it might be respecting that trend line, which it looks like it is. Got some more sellers stepping in here on TAL, which is a good sign. It doesn't really mean anything yet. There it goes. See, we're getting a little push. That's nice. Still holding. Yes, sellers are stepping up. They're going below market price now. There we go. Well, this is nice. Just a nice, relaxed day so far. Sitting up about 854, so just shy of 1,000 right now on the day, which is good. After this TAL, I'm just going to manage this TAL position in Netflix, and after these positions work their way, those will be my last trades of the day. So just watching this TAL, hoping this thing steadily declines. So I'm going to end the recording for this video here. So for any of you guys watching on YouTube, always feel free to join our private group or our free stock trading chat room. You can do so by following any of the links in the description of this video below. So thank you guys once again for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video.